Hi, this is Ilma Art Studios photograph for today. That's a courtyard in one of the old Manila. It's called Intramuros. And this is one of those old, probably, can't remember, it's in the 1800s when they built all these places there. Hi, check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. Today I'd like to share Colossians 4 verse 2. It says, "Devote yourselves to prayer with an alert mind and a thankful heart." Here's my poem. Devote time for prayer. How much time do you spend in prayer? Do you run to Jesus to cast your cares? Devote yourselves to prayer regularly. It makes you mindful and healthy. Connect with the Lord with gratitude. It will definitely transform your attitude. Have an alert mind when you talk to Jesus. He loves intimacy from his children, who he considers precious. Here's my essay. According to some Bible verses, prayer can be defined as a lifting up of our soul to God, which is in Psalm 25 verse 1. It's a pouring out our heart to God in Psalm 62 verse 8. A crying out to God in Psalm 86 verse 3. A spiritual incense in Revelations 5:8. A coming before the throne of grace in Psalm 84 verses 1 to 2. A spiritual sacrifice and fruit of our lips, Hebrews 13:5. And a drawing close to God in friendship, fellowship, and trust in James 4 verse 8. Jesus taught us to pray and fast in Matthew 6 verses 5 to 15. It says he wants us to pray to God in private and not babble on and on like the religious. He shows us that we have to forgive those who sin against us, so we can also be forgiven. He gave us the Lord's Prayer, which is a prayer of worship and dependence on God for all our needs. We are asked to devote ourselves to prayer with an alert mind and gratitude. Prayer. Lord, let me never have a day pass without praying. Reflection. What benefits have you reaped from praying? The first benefit I have reaped from praying is healing. I started to be the lies that I've listened to for so many years, over 50 years, were replaced by God's truth when I started to pray. When I started to connect with God and have that desire to know Him better, He actually answered all the questions that I used to be asking when I was so angry with all the things that happened in my life. So first, that's healing. Another one that I reap from praying is that I learned His truth. Like I've been writing these poetry devotionals and doing my vlogs, video blogs on Bible verses for 4 straight years every day. And I have not run out of it because it's not mine, it's God's. God is, He is unlimited. He can do anything. And so even when you read a verse right now, it will be different as you're going through different seasons in your life or as you're experiencing something. So there is so much vast foundation and vast overflow of wisdom when you pray. Another benefit of praying that I have experienced is that I have been freed from bondages like sexual sins. Being offended is a spirit of offense. Pride, thinking that I know it all. I was freed from all the the rebellion, which was automatic to me because it became a coping mechanism for many years from all the trauma experiences I've underwent. So another benefit of praying is that your time is not stolen by the enemy. Like when you pray, it's funny because when people say like, oh, I don't have time to pray, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But actually, when you don't have time to pray, that's when the enemy can really steal your peace, steal your joy, steal your time. And has it ever happened to you that it's already the end of the day and you're still doing something and you haven't really accomplished something else? That means that you're being stolen of time. So when you put God first in prayer, He fixes your schedule. It's funny because I used to ask God like, okay, Lord, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Will you help me fix the schedule? And it's amazing how He does. And when I started fasting and praying, when you fast because you want to allow God to work in a certain area in your life that you're praying for. For example, in my case, when I was always distracted by lots of things before I do my writing and my ministry. And so what I noticed is when I started fasting and really giving time for God, then there's things that I'm able to do more. So these are just some of the benefits that you will reap from praying. But the most important thing that you reap is an intimacy with the Lord. You get more closer to Him and you get to be more like Him. You get to understand Him more and you get to know that you're different from people who do not believe in Him. And then you get to be merciful, be grateful, be faithful, and to pray for these people to come close to the Lord. So I invite you to devote time to prayer, especially with an alert mind and with a thankful heart, because that's how God healed me too when I started counting my blessings. He healed my woundedness by focusing on all the blessings that He's giving me. Thanks for watching, and I hope you check my website at ilmaarts.com for more artworks and photographs. You have yourself a wonderful day, and remember that God loves you so much, and so do I.